From Obamacare, the latest from Russia, the Middle East, Israel, immigration, and more. We're talking with the policy and political experts so you can be better informed. It's Bill Martinez Live, brought to you in part by my friends at Good News Tax Relief. Let them help you get your peace of mind back by dealing with the IRS for you. Proven experience, proven results. Call 800-255-75.
A CRN original.
And now, The Lounge with Mike Horn.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to The Lounge. I'm Erik Hines, the man across from me, the fabulous Tomas. Hey, Fab T.
Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday to you, too, my friend. It's another great day here. We broadcast live here in Southern California, more specifically Hollyweird, Los Angeles. We're kind of in the San Fernando Valley here, and we've been a mainstay in this area for quite some time.
Yeah, hasn't been about 5-6 months?
In this area, yeah, in Chatsworth. But prior to that, we've been here for 30-something years.
Right.
So, I mean, definitely a mainstay in SoCal and, of course, around the world and on the internet at crntalk.com. And your local cable system as well. If you don't have CRN Talk on your cable channels, be sure to tell your cable provider that you want CRN. So
definitely.
Yeah, it's been a while since we made a pitch for the cable systems, but definitely should keep them in mind because
exactly.
Yeah, we love our cable systems out there. So big show today. Of course, a lot of pop and celebrity news going on. This is kind of your resource here, the Lounge, to get this stuff. The story about Oprah running for president is kind of interesting.
Oy vey.
Yeah. I know that one guy from Shark Tank. He wore that shirt that said number 46, indicating that he wants to make a bid for president. He wants to be president number 46.
Oh,
these are his threatening kind of things to Trump, like kind of his little jab at Trump.
Right.
God, what's his name? The brown hair guy, Mark something. I forget his name. I'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll find his name out here. But yeah, he's got his eyes on Donald Trump. I guess he's not a big fan of Trump, and he's kind of doing his thing.
You mean Mark Cuban?
Mark Cuban.
Right.
Cuban. Thank you.
Because he's been talking some smack before about various things, and matter of fact, he owns a couple of teams.
Mark Cuban. Oh, that's right, he does, and he's actually doing pretty good with his teams, isn't he? He's getting the management set up, and everyone's kind of happy with them. So I got to give it to him. You know, I would. You know, I don't know too much about Mark Cuban other than what I see on his show.
Right.
And he seems to have his act together. He seems like a really smart guy.
Yeah, he does for a younger guy.
Yeah.
He's doing pretty well. But I don't know. I was just talking to one of our staffers, and I have not seen where there's been one party that has been in for like 16 years. It's usually 8 years of one party, and then it swings over to the other party and then back again.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What are you referring to more specifically?
The presidency.
Well, no, we had Obama, who was a Dem.
Right.
And then prior to that, we had the Republican.
Right.
And then we had Clinton, who was a Dem.
Right.
So it goes back and forth, like you said.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's how it's been. Okay, so you're saying that's how it is.
Right.
Yeah,
that's the way it is.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, nobody has broken that.
No, that's been a pretty solid run there for the back and forth. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I got to admit, I agree with you there, Fab T. That's pretty accurate sentiment. But now Oprah, of course, there's always the rumor mills are spread, and a lot of people, in pop culture would love to see Oprah make a bid for the presidency. I guess the comment that she made, that she said that, well, I always thought that I was underqualified to be the president, and I never thought that would be something that I could do. But she said after this latest presidential season, she thinks that, hey, maybe she could do it as well.
So does a few other people.
Yeah. Our own Mike Horn actually could probably take a crack at it, all things considered.
Well, he might.
We'll see. President Horn, the Horn Dog. I'm sure he's listening to the show right now. He's actually broadcasting tonight from the world of Pinot Noir.
Yes, Wappin.
Yeah, the Wappin. Yeah, big event here, of course, all throughout the weekend here in California. Of course, the world of Pinot Noir. All the wine greats are going to be in attendance out there in Santa Barbara, so really cool stuff. He's going to be up there broadcasting later today, so be sure to check it out. We will be back right here on The Lounge on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
My number two does not look like a number two. I don't know what to call it. Is there a number three?
Table for 4, please. Anything close to the restroom.
A middle seat with these stomach problems? That's my fear of flying.
Sound like you? If it does, you could be one of the many people with a digestive condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Even if you don't know what EPI is, you might know the symptoms: frequent diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain. If you have even just one of these symptoms, you could still have EPI, because not everybody experiences EPI the same way, which is why it's so important to open up to your doctor about all your symptoms. And the good news is, EPI is manageable, so don't keep a lid on it. Go to identifyepi.com, complete the symptom checker, and use it to have a conversation with your doctor. Don't keep a lid on it. Visit identifyepi.com. Brought to you by AbbVie.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the lounge. Fabulous Tomas. I'm Erik Hines, and we did mention Oprah. She made a kind of an off the cuff remark about wanting to run for president. Rapper Kanye West also talking about a 2020 run,
Right.
since 2015. But you can count Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg out. He told BuzzFeed in January he's focusing his energy on his company and the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative. So
That's his wife, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see about that. Barack and Michelle Obama, speaking about presidents, Barack Obama and wife Michelle both have new book deals. Looking at a bookstore near you, brand new reads by both Barack and Michelle. The Penguin Random House Group announced Tuesday it has scored book deals with the former president and first lady. Multiple publishing companies have been competing to make book deals with the Obamas. So
Yeah, I heard quite a bit about it. Matter of fact, it doesn't give the exact figure here, but I heard it was going to be about 30,000. Goodness, slap my face. $30 million.
30 mil. Wow.
And they expect that former President Obama has a natural talent for writing. And so they're really expecting both him and former First Lady to bring in some money for the company.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. They're still unsure exactly what the books will be about, but of course, they will reflect the Obama's years in the White House. They had quite the charismatic relationship, too, him and Michelle.
Definitely.
They really had an admirable, I would say, a neo relationship, a new style relationship, very outwardly with their emotions and their affections, which, of course, in previous generations, that really wasn't something you'd expect from the president and first lady.
No, not at all.
And I think it really is a sign of the times to see them. They're just so lovey over each other. It was always really kind of cool to watch them together.
Well, I like that. I mean, I want to see, of all people, the president and the first lady show some affection, because there's definitely a lack of affection nowadays with a lot of marriages.
Oh, absolutely. And this is they were a great example of just a great power couple, and still kind of held that spark, which is really great. Penguin Random House's imprints have published several books by the Obamas before, including Michelle's American Grown, which details her White House kitchen garden. So that's kind of interesting. And the former president's memoirs. The publisher says a significant portion of the book's proceeds, of course, will go to charities, including the Obama Foundation.
Sure.
So, also, we were covering the Oscars, of course, the Friday before the actual Oscars fiasco, and we also covered it the Monday post that. Well, apparently the accountants that were responsible, the two on-site accountants were actually fired from the Oscars. Did you hear about that? Yeah. Brian Cullinan and Martha Ruiz of PricewaterhouseCoopers were the two pencil pushers who are taking the blame. And rightfully so. PricewaterhouseCoopers, they had been doing the show. I believe the exact statistic was 81 years.
Wow.
They did almost every single Oscar show. I think there's maybe two that they didn't do. And now they lost that deal. Can you believe that? They lost the deal. After 80 plus years, they lost the deal to do the Oscars. And it was all because of Brian Cullinan and Martha Ruiz. Of course, Brian Cullinan, apparently people were blaming him for I guess, tweeting. And they expected him to tweet. The PricewaterhouseCoopers expected him to tweet with the celebs and everything. However, they did not expect him to make a big faux pas like that. They, of course, he should have been paying more attention. And I agree, 100%. A lot of embarrassment.
Too. I call it a lack of attention to detail.
Well, yeah, definitely. I heard a joke actually recently. I was at the locker room yesterday. I was at the gym, and I heard a locker room joke. And it's not a bad joke. It's not not a quote unquote locker room joke, but I heard a joke in the locker room. And it was the Falcons, Hillary Clinton were sitting at a bar. Falcons and Hillary Clinton were sitting in a bar.
Okay.
And La La Land walks in and says, "You wouldn't believe what happened to me." Okay, yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, I hope somebody gets that. But yeah, apparently, La La Land, got swooped by Moonlight, and of course, there was a big controversy. And even the casting crew of Moonlight, it was a bittersweet win because of the embarrassment to their friends at La La Land. Hollywood considers each other friends. They're all friends.
Exactly.
They're all friends. So there was definitely, some heartfelt moments at the Oscars, but that was probably the most embarrassing thing that could happen to a Best Picture winner.
Yeah,
for
Moonlight.
Sure. So. And they tried to recover, but of course the damage was already done. There's no retakes with the Oscar. It's live, and that's about it.
Steve Harvey's very glad. He sort of got relieved from that faux pas he made.
Oh yeah, Steve Harvey's faux pas is nothing.
No.
Yeah, it's gone. It's distant memory. Who Steve made a mistake? I didn't even know. It's all about this La La Land thing. Cullinan's PricewaterhouseCoopers has admitted that he gave Warren Beatty the wrong envelope. An extra for the Best Actress instead of Best Picture. And apparently Cullinan is high up in the ranks over there. He's not, he's not, they're fired from the show, but Cullinan is one of the managing partners. So I doubt that he's actually going to be fired. He's fired from the show.
Right.
But he's a managing partner of the actual company. So I'm sure Grandpa Cullinan was probably not happy about this.
Oh, I'm sure he's not.
If he was involved, I don't. The gaffe came minutes after Cullinan tweeted out a photo of Emma Stone winning for Best Actress. Yeah, he previously was warned not to tweet while working, so apparently this was a problem. I thought it was okay for him to be tweeting to kind of build publicity for the accounting firm, but no, apparently he was warned not to tweet while working. This guy Cullinan,
because he lost, his attention toward what was going
details.
on.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. Another one. Apparently, Vegas is going to get their first professional sports team, and I have been up to Vegas, and I'll tell you, they've been working on this T-Mobile amphitheater, T-Mobile Center.
Really?
And I'm not sure if that's exactly the home of this place, but the rumor at the time was that it was going to be a professional sports arena. So we'll find out. The NHL officially will have 31 teams next season. The league announced that the Vegas Golden Knights completed the expansion transaction Wednesday and is now an operating member of the National Hockey League. So there's hockey in Vegas. There's a ice sport in the hottest state probably in our union, one of the hottest states. On behalf of the Board of Governors, I am delighted to officially welcome the Vegas Golden Knights to the NHL. That's from Commissioner Gary Bettman.
I was just wondering, they're sort of taking their cue from a famous casino.
You think so?
Yeah, Golden Knight. And what's the name of the casino? Golden something?
The Golden Nugget?
Yes.
Oh, I think they might actually dismantle the Golden Nugget, did they? I don't know. It's one of the older hotels. The Golden Nugget's been around forever. Yeah.
Right.
The Golden Knights become Las Vegas's first major professional sports franchise, which isn't a surprise. Vegas tends to be a tourist attraction. People go there to visit, and usually when you have a sports franchise, it's when you have a homegrown kind of team crowd. So I guess with the visitors to Vegas, probably a lot of hockey fans is what I'm guessing.
Well, they've been trying to get some kind of sports team in Vegas for quite a long time. I know there's been talk about a baseball team, football team, but some of the leagues like NFL, they're sort of a little, I don't know, they're afraid because of the fact of the gambling involved and that the gambling might cause some shenanigans with the teams.
We'll have to find out more about this. An expansion draft will be held June 21st, and we'll learn the makeup of the Golden Knights roster. So we're going to find out. We'll find out what's going on with this team. I'm excited. I love Vegas. I'm actually going up to Vegas in April. So I'm just missing the expansion draft, but we'll see. I'm sure there's a lot of buzz out there, and I'll find out where they're playing. Yeah, really cool stuff. Guys, stick around. It is The Lounge right here. Fabulous Tomas. I'm Erik Hines. We'll be back right after these brief commercial messages on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Let me take just a moment or two, if I may, and talk about a great place to eat. That's right, for you folks anywhere in the eastern San Fernando Valley, drop into Bob's Big Boys. That's right, in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. Now, everybody remembers the name Bob's. They're getting bigger and bigger every day. And little old Bob carrying the hamburger in his checkered overalls is the same Bob that you remember from back through the years. And, of course, if you want to go in for a great lunch, remember their classic burger, the original double-deck hamburger combination. Delicious 100% pure ground beef in 2 patties with American cheese, lettuce, and our famous Big Boy's special sauce. The name is Bob, and I think when you go in, you'll say, by golly, I'm sure glad that I found this restaurant because it's good for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They've got all kinds of things, and all you have to do is remember. Bob's Big Boy in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. It's a great place to eat.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
For the getaway of your dreams, come to Hawaii's Playground, Ka'anapali Beach Resort, on the fun side of Maui, where the world comes to play. Find your spot on Ka'anapali Beach with 3 miles of white sand, 12 resort properties, 2 golf courses, and 2 shopping centers. Enjoy the playground of Hawaii's ancient royalty. Ka'anapali Beach Resort is Hawaii's original master planned destination resort and home of the Hawaii Food and Wine Festival. With views of 2 neighboring islands, you can breathe in the land's natural beauty from your favorite resort or golf fairway. Come experience Ka'anapali's own special brand of Hawaiian hospitality with world-class dining, relaxing resorts, water sports, and activities of every kind. For romantic, family, and great friend getaways, discover the options of Ka'anapali Beach Resort, where the world comes to play. Plan your getaway today. Visit Ka'anapaliResort.com. That's KAANAPALI Resort.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to the lounge. Yeah, fabulous, Tomas. Thank you so much, buddy, for bringing this story to my attention, and thank you to the lovely Courtney Cadera, newly engaged, by the way, Courtney Cadera. So,
oh yes,
all bets. I mean, she's off the table, man.
Oh well, I didn't consider her being on the table to begin with. I mean, because she's been with Mikey, for a number of years.
He's a friend of the station, absolutely.
Yeah,
good
he's
guy.
a great guy. Yeah.
Absolutely. He scored. He got a good. He's like one of those NHL team goal.
Mm-hmm.
He got
exactly.
So congrats to both of them. But thank you so much, you guys, for bringing the story to my attention. Arnold Schwarzenegger will not be back to the Celebrity Apprentice. Of course. A lot of reasons why Arnold Schwarzenegger is not coming back, but a short list is kind of interesting. He said this is a one and done. He says President Trump is to blame.
Mm-hmm.
Arnold says he had a great time being the face of Celebrity Apprentice. I think Arnold's a great guy. I like Arnold Schwarzenegger as an actor, and I think I didn't always agree with his policies, but he's charismatic.
Right.
Exactly. Even though he sometimes does not speak very good English, that was more Russian than anything. I don't know what Jeff Sessions maybe can interpret that one for me, but he has a great time being the face of Celebrity Apprentice and thinks the show is fantastic. But there's a lot of stigma that comes with doing the show because Trump is still an executive producer.
Mm-hmm.
Trump is still making money from the show.
Right.
And when people found this out, and found out he was still receiving money, then half the people started boycotting it. So apparently, I guess half the people involved, half the people, the viewers started boycotting it. Arnold said that in an interview with Empire, and he also said that rumors began swirling that the show was not going to be renewed due to low ratings and sponsors leaving. Yeah, so Schwarzenegger decided to bail from the sinking ship. He says even if he was asked to return, he'd decline.
I'm sure he would.
You're terminated.
Well, I believe one of the problems is that Arnold couldn't stand all the, as we used to say in the South, whooping from Trump about this and that, and you're not doing your job, and, I'm better than you, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Well, Jennifer Horn is chiming in, of course, reminding us that Arnold did have that scandal where he had apparently had something going on with the maid.
Yes.
And even had a child with her, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so, his closet is not entirely free from skeletons.
No,
but,
not at all.
Yeah, she's into the show. Beauty and the Beast. Here's another interesting entertainment story. Beauty and the Beast will not play in an Alabama theater due to a gay character. If you can believe that.
I can believe it.
Alabama. I have family from Bammer and Alabama, and it's not a surprise to me. Apparently, they are not very tolerant of a lot of things.
Very true.
And I'm not going to criticize everyone who lives in Alabama. There's lovely and amazing people that live in Alabama.
Well, just go back over the state's history the last, I would say, 30 years. And Alabama was, shall we say, of all of the southern states, they were probably the most uptight of all of the states. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Tomas. Uptight. That's true.
And not out of sight.
Not out of sight. An Alabama theater owner is banning Beauty and the Beast because of the gay candlestick. Apparently, he doesn't want to expose his customers to the new gay character. The owner of Hennigar Drive-In says Disney's decision to add its first homosexual character was the last straw for, I ain't going to have this here in my theater. And he says he refuses to compromise on what the Bible teaches. And, God bless him for sticking to his scruples. But again, he is in the ownership of a movie theater.
True.
It's probably easy to guess that there's been quite a number of movies that have been presented in that theater that were probably not so much on God's good list, to say the least.
True.
But apparently, the gay candlestick is where he drew the line.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe you should read more of the teachings of Jesus. What do you think?
I think it might be a good idea.
No, I'm not a hugely religious guy, but I seem to remember that guy's name pretty well, and it seemed like he accepted people for what they were and decided to give them the gospel anyways.
Well, I think it's all about not hating the sinner; it's hating the sin.
There you go. There you go, brother. That's well said. He added, "If we cannot take our 11-year-old granddaughter and 8-year-old grandson to see a movie, we have no business watching it." Yeah. The week before, though, he was playing Sausage Factory. But no, it doesn't say that. I'm just kidding. It was a sausage party. That's the one. Sausage party. Yeah. If I can't sit through a movie with God or Jesus sitting by me, then we have no business showing it. I have a feeling this is probably not the first time he's not shown a movie in his theater.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, this is probably just a little bit more controversial because of the big release for Disney. He says he only wants to show wholesome movies without sex, nudity, homosexuality, or foul language.
Well, it's interesting because Disney, when they rebooted this, they sort of snuck the gay character in, thinking that nobody would notice, but
apparently the owner of Hennigar Drive-In noticed. Yeah, I'm just wondering, he wants to show wholesome movies without sex, nudity, homosexuality, or foul language. That means he must not be showing very many movies at all. I can't think of a movie. Yeah, well, we'll find out. Guys, stick around. More great stuff coming up here on The Lounge. The fabulous Tomas. I'm Erik Hines. We'll be back right after this.
Come to Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante in Fullerton, California for our sizzling party savings. Book your wedding event or reception, your birthday bash, or a special event of any kind and celebrate at Angelo's and Vinci's. Come to Angelo's and Vinci's and celebrate in one of our many festive banquet rooms. It's an incredible fun event you'll never forget. Food, music, and lots of fun. Call for the details, and don't forget our daily lunch and dinners, plus our Sunday champagne brunch. Just $14.95. Minestrone soup, sausage and peppers, pastas, chicken dishes, salads, scones, and muffins, plus so much more. A chocolate fondue fountain, Zemplis, cannolis, fresh fruit, champagne, and Junior will be waiting to make the omelet of your choice from our omelet bar. Angelo's and Vinci's has been voted on the Orange County Hot List as one of the top 5 Italian restaurants for the past 6 years. And don't forget our award-winning pizzas. Thin or thick, they're yummy. All at Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022. 714-879-4022.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Any Napa guy knows, and science proves, the best minivan is the one you've already got. Part kid transporter, part drywall mover. Who cares if the faux wood grain is a little faded? That was a platinum package option in 1987. With over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, you can keep anything on the road. Because it's not old, it's vintage. That's Napa know-how.
Hey there, did you know that with a bachelor's degree, on average, you could make almost twice as much over a lifetime than a person with just a high school diploma? It's true. According to the 2012 U.S. Census Bureau, college grads with a bachelor's degree make almost twice as much as high school grads. Now, going back to school is easier than ever at Independence University. Log on and complete coursework from the park, or the beach, or even your couch watching the kids. And Independence University gives you the tools, a free tablet and laptop for undergrad students to use and keep when they graduate. That's right, get a laptop so you can go to college from anywhere. Take the first step to a new career in business, information technology, healthcare, or graphic arts. Call to find the online degree program that's right for you, and you could be on your way to increasing your earning potential.
800-989-1361. 800-989-1361. That's 800-989-1361.
Hey guys, Ryan the Rhino DeSico here for my friends at Liberty HealthShare. If your healthcare has become a burden and you're worried about being stuck for another year, listen up because you do have options. Liberty HealthShare could be the solution to your problem. Open enrollment is here, and this could be your chance to free yourself from insurance. Take this opportunity and join Liberty HealthShare. You can finally be in control and have freedom when it comes to your healthcare. Liberty HealthShare offers an entirely open network, which means you choose your own doctors and you choose your own hospitals. Liberty HealthShare offers freedom from insurance, meaning there are no related tax penalties. To find out how you can easily make the change, call Liberty HealthShare today at 855-585-4237 or visit their website at libertyhealthshare.org. That's libertyhealthshare.org. Do it today.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the lounge, the fabulous Tomas. I'm Eric Hines. And during the break, again, Tomas and Courtney, thank you so much. Katherine Jackson, of course, Michael Jackson's mom. She, of course, was it last year, a couple of years ago, there was that scandal where where it was Trent Jackson claimed that she was missing.
Right.
Come to find out, she was actually kidnapped, quote unquote, by other family members and taken to Arizona as part of this big deal, and it was alleged that they were trying to brainwash, her to, I don't know. It's just a lot of weird family drama.
I know.
It's like money begets weird family drama. Well, Katherine Jackson's fate and fortune may lie in the hands of one of her grandsons, TJ. TJ is Michael's nephew, and apparently TJ is the one person whose family loyalty has never been questioned or challenged. They want him. Trent wants him to sit down with Catherine and discuss the situation at hand. If at the end of the sit down, TJ believes Trent has done harm to Michael's mom, he'll leave for good. And if Catherine wants him to stay, he will.
Right.
So very interesting stuff. Trent, we're told, believes TJ's one-on-one with Catherine will not only absolve him of the wrongdoings, but will also cast doubt on the motives of other family members. I mean, this is really sad. You know, Michael Jackson, of course, a huge talent. The entire family, hugely talented, thanks to the hard work and effort of the parents who insisted that they pursue their dreams.
No, it was basically Joe.
It was Joe. Yeah, Joe really pushed it. Yeah. But Joe was himself. You know, we talked to Jermaine Jackson not too long ago. Was it Jermaine we talked to?
Tito.
I'm sorry, Tito. How did I get? We talked to Tito. If we had Jermaine in here, we had Tito. We almost had half the Jackson 5 right there.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but Tito Jackson, you know, he described his dad as always being kind of a cool musician himself, and they would rock out in the garage, and you know, everyone would kind of join. You know, the whole neighborhood would hear him. So, I mean, he was a musical guy himself. He had his own band, and he wanted his children to kind of live the musical lifestyle. And look at what they did. They created an empire. Michael Jackson, effectively the king of pop music.
That's right. The baby of the family.
Yeah, I mean, he essentially defined a genre. I don't know if pop music was even really a genre before Michael Jackson. He created it, essentially.
Well, he created towards
popular versus the actual.
Popular.
It's like this vein of what, like, you know, of pop music, which kind of conforms to a certain standard or style versus like record sales. You know, this is, you know, I think traditionally pop music was always record sales.
True.
What's popular. You know, Michael Jackson was popular for so long and defined so many different unique styles of music that define pop music, I think.
Well, you know, Michael, you're talking about Prince, and you're talking about a couple of others. They really defined pop music.
Yeah.
They really had their particular brand because they added other elements I call eclectic elements that normally don't go in together, you know, such as the more rock, a little bit of the country, a little bit more of funk, a little extra of everything, and threw it in and made pop more of an eclectic sound that reached just about everybody.
Yeah, it was kind of like a studio produced sound mixed with, like, you know high quality vocals and everything else. I mean, you wouldn't define it as like this is a jazz song that's popular. It was actually, it's a genre now. It's you know, it's a you wouldn't call it R&B, you wouldn't call it funk, though it has elements of both.
Right.
So yeah, very interesting. And I did not know this. Apparently, Michael Jackson cut his siblings and his dad out of the will. Oh man, and just left it all to Catherine apparently. So she's like she kind of, you know, heads everything up. Very interesting stuff. I could only imagine. There must have been a lot of background family drama.
Yeah, unfortunately. And
he probably dealt with it for years.
Yeah. That's what happens with when family gets a little bit too much money.
The estate pays Catherine a monthly stipend, and when she dies, the balance of Michael's fortune is divided between his 3 kids and various charities. So, wow. Very interesting stuff. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Brace yourselves. One of the Duggars is getting married. I guess that would leave, 19 left here?
You know, I don't really keep up with this family, man. I don't know. It just doesn't interest me in one slight bit.
I never understood the fascination. My wife was actually a big fan of the show. And what was it, just the 25 of us?
Yeah, something like that.
All I know is that the Duggars are a freak of nature. It's just the strangest thing. And yeah, another Duggar wedding's around the corner. Jim Bob and Michelle are getting hitched. Yeah. Welcome another son-in-law into their expansive brood as their daughter Joanna Duggar is now engaged to Austin Forsythe. I'm sorry, Jim Bob and Michelle are the parents. Excuse me. Jim Bob. Yeah, but now Joanna Duggar is getting engaged to Austin Forsythe. It was going to be Joanna Forsythe, which sounds a lot better than Joanna Duggar. And maybe she could live down some of the stigma that goes along with being a Duggar kid.
Yeah, and she's only 19 years old.
19 years old. I mean, that's not too bad. You know, some women get married at 19. They could make it happen. Versus maybe getting married at 15, which is what you kind of expect with the Duggars, but that was a low blow. I'm sorry. I'll take that back. That's a low blow.
Hey, they did it back
not too long ago. Yeah. Hey, you know, I mean, times change. As you may recall, back in November, the Counting On starlet and her Counting On, that's what it was, and her beau revealed they were officially courting after being friends for 15 years. So they were together for a while.
Wow.
So she's only 19. They've been friends since they were 4. So, and they're getting hitched.
Believe that?
Yeah. They like to keep the pool kind of shallow over there.
I guess.
You know? However, we are shocked to learn the twosome are already engaged since Ms. Duggar is only 19 years old. Nonetheless, the Duggars aren't necessarily known for their long engagements. In case you forgot, Ginger Duggar became engaged to her now husband Jeremy Vuolo only a month into their courtship. That happens too, yeah. That's love at first sight. What do? You can't fight that. But
love or lust.
Apparently, the Duggars created a small army there, though.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, and a lot of them are girls too. So, yeah,
Oy.
Small army of girls. Yeah, we'll see. John Mellencamp in the news. He reveals he has left his label over racist comments. John the Cougar, as they used to call him back in the days, John the Cougar Mellencamp, definitely has kind of a Southern style and sound. But boy, I'll tell you, he is a very progressive guy when it comes to his things. So when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about this. John Mellencamp standing up for his rights and his beliefs against his record label. And we'll find out all about it right here on the Lounge with Fabulous Tomas. I'm Erik Hines. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. If you missed any portion of the show, be sure to check out the website, crntalk.com. But we will be back, guys. More of this great entertainment news and more right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
A CNN original series.
Stop doubting and believe.
An epic saga from the dawn of history.
Behold, the man.
A miraculous journey that changed the world.
I will lay down my life for you. Whoever lives by believing in me will never die.
The greatest story ever told.
I believe you are the Son of God.
Finding Jesus. New season starts Sunday at 9 Eastern and Pacific on CNN.
I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans. If you own a home, there's a good chance its value has gone up. In fact, year over year, housing values nationwide have risen by more than 6%, one of the largest increases this decade. Quicken Loans has smart ways to help you take advantage of your home's rising equity. You could take cash out to consolidate debt, or you could refinance to eliminate private mortgage insurance. No matter what's happening with the housing market, it's always a smart move to call us at 800-QUICKEN. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 4.18%, APR 4.35%. Experience the confidence that comes from working with a mortgage partner that has your best interest in mind. For 7 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. And for the third year in a row, they've also ranked us highest in the nation for mortgage servicing. Call 800-QUICKEN today or go to QuickenLoans.com. That's 800-QUICKEN.
Visit JDPower.com for award information. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS ConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
After a rough day on the range, a fella can get a bit saddle sore. That's why I use Blue Emu Original Super Strength Cream. It works fast and penetrates deep to soothe my tired muscles and joints.
And he don't stink.
And I'll tell you one thing, I had no idea this stuff was so darn handy.
Blue Emu Original Super Strength Cream. Available at all major retailers. It works fast for long-lasting soothing of tired muscles and joints.
And you won't stink.
Yeah, man. Welcome back to the lounge. We're lounging in here. Got tuck leather, boat drinks. There's a hula skirt girl over there in the corner.
Yeah, she's shaking her thing.
Yeah, there she is. That's what we do in the lounge here, of course, on CRN Digital Talk Radio. Guys, yesterday's lounge, of course, was the lounge with Mr. Robert Conrad. And if you missed that, be sure to check out the CRN archives. Of course, he's still the old Bob Conrad you remember from back in the days, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely a tough guy.
He doesn't put those fists down 1 minute.
No, he does not.
I got a good whooping yesterday, that's for sure.
Oh, he did? I have to go back and hear it.
Yeah, just a little bit. He gets in me a little bit. He likes my hair a lot, apparently. He likes to talk about my hair. So anyways, but yeah, be sure to check it out, guys. Go to crntalk.com if you're a Robert Conrad fan. Surprisingly, everywhere I go, and I mention that I host the show with Bob Conrad, you mean Bob Conrad from Bob Black Sheep? I get it everywhere, but man called Sloan, and the whole thing, and of course the Wild Wild West,
of course,
and then there's the younger people I tell, oh yeah, I used to do the Wild Wild West. Oh, you mean Will Smith? No, and then Bob gets real angry when I say that, when I tell him that story. John Mellencamp, John Mellencamp. I always liked John Mellencamp music. He's got like this
I did
Americana
too.
sound, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of upbeat, and just kind of, makes you, it's like a story,
Sort of a country rockabilly kind of sound.
Yeah, it's like country rock, and it's like a universal, it's kind of like a universal thing. I got to give a shout out to Jose, man. Our man Jose is on the point. He's the guy who does all the imaging for CRN. If you go to our website and you look at all the imaging, like the pictures and stuff,
right?
Jose's the guy, and he does such a great job. I got to give him credit. He just showed me a picture of the lounge logo that he set up, and looks spectacular. Spectacular. Really good job. Anyways.
Great.
So, John Mellencamp has a string of hits, and y'all remember him. But apparently he had a falling out with his manager and with his record label over some racist comments. And it's kind of a strange story here. And I was reading the timeline here, and it kind of didn't make sense to me. Maybe you could help me shed some light. You're a big music guy. But he has a new album coming out on April 28th. This is his 23rd studio album. Of course, his biggest hit was Jack and Diane. That's the number one. When I think of John Mellencamp, I think of Jack and Diane.
Oh, yeah.
Jack and Diane. It's crazy. I kind of think about me and my wife when I hear that song.
Really?
Two American kids doing the best they can. Grew up in the heartland.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to grow up and be a football star,
Really?
Yeah. And she was a cheerleader in the back of my car. Okay, there we go. Okay, anyways, I digress. Okay, so John Mellencamp, new album on the April 28th. This is his 23rd studio album. Amazing career. And he did an interview with Howard Stern recently where he claimed that he insisted on breaking his recording contract with Columbia in 2001. So this story is a little bit old, but we're now just hearing about it. So this is the part that's caused me a little bit of confusion. After the label's then president made a racist remark. Apparently, he said, I was on Columbia. This is coming from John Mellencamp. He said, I was on Columbia Records, and I made a record called Peaceful World. Again, this is John Mellencamp, man. He's a universalist. He loves all people. I couldn't imagine a racist bone in this guy's body. And he said of the single he released in August of 2001 featuring India Arie. A very prominent, very prominent singer. And it was climbing the charts, and this was just before 9/11. And apparently his manager went in and was talking to the president of the record company who said, quote, I don't know why Mellencamp insists on having these expletives singing with him, a racist expletive, and it makes it impossible to get him on the radio. And I give it like a Southern accent. I don't know if his president has a Southern accent, but I just assume if he's using that kind of language, you might as well. When Mellencamp found out what the Columbia Records president said, he called his manager afterwards and told him to get him off the label. I mean, I don't blame him.
Yeah, I can't see why the president, he's supposed to be the head honcho. He's supposed to be
dignified.
Right.
Yeah, show a little class here.
Not slummy.
Yeah, maybe he was drinking or something, but still, I mean, well, here's the irony of the whole thing, and John Mellencamp really highlighted this, is that during this time in 2001, Columbia was making huge amounts of money off of hip-hop and rap at the time. And to use language like that is just kind of strange. It turns out George Michael also severed his tie with the same Columbia executive when he called Michael Jackson the gay expletive word. Yeah, I can't repeat that word on air, and I wouldn't use that word.
You mean George Michael?
I'm sorry, George Michael. Yeah, George Michael. Yeah, I referred to George Michael as the gay expletive. So yeah, this guy at Columbia, this former president apparently. The then president seems to have a problem using. He's got loose lips.
Yeah, and they definitely sink ships.
Apparently so, and he lost John Mellencamp because of it, and George Michael, who of course, George Michael's amazing.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Well, even going back to Prince, he sort of got a little tired of what was going on, and he, sort of broke his connection, I believe, with Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, you get enough of that old boy network stuff, and you just get tired of it.
That's right.
Well, of course, fans remembering Davy Jones on this strange anniversary. I don't know. At first, I didn't realize why this was news, but after reading the story, it turns out Davy Jones died on leap year. So, of course, with that, he only gets a remembrance every few years.
Right.
And so, as 5 years ago this week, the Monkees singer Davy Jones died of a sudden heart attack while tending to his horses. And David was the Monkees. This is from Mike Nesmith. He told Rolling Stone shortly after Jones passed away, they were his band, and we were his sidemen. And he was the focal point of the romance, the lovely boy. That's the one all the girls wanted. And 1 year before Jones died, the Monkees, minus Mike Nesmith, put aside a decade of acrimony to hit the road in honor of their 45th anniversary. Apparently, their previous tour with Peter Tork ended after Peter Tork walked away due to circumstances that were never quite explained. However, Peter Tork did say, "We were getting along pretty well until I had a meltdown." And he ticked the other guys off good and proper, and it was a serious mistake on his part. So, yeah. The last show that Jones did with the Monkees was July 23rd, 2011. That's when they were all together.
Right.
Fans captured a few songs Davey sang that night, including his hit Daydream Believer. And of course, he was a very active musician up until the time he died. He continued to play solo shows until about a week before he passed away.
Wow.
Yeah, he was. I used to love the TV show too. Hey, with the Monkees. Guys, stick around. We'll be back right after this on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Experience a luxury boutique hotel escape in the heart of Laguna Beach, California, with the finest art gallery, shopping, dining, and nightlife just steps from your door. The heart of Laguna Beach, the edge of the sea. It's the Inn at Laguna Beach. Enjoy our comfortable rooms, blending the style of a timeless beach bungalow with the modern comforts of today. 70 newly appointed guest rooms and suites await you at the Inn at Laguna Beach. Then, relax at the rooftop bar, where you'll indulge in breathtaking views of the ocean. For dining, you'll find libations and local cuisine on the California coastline, including dining at the legendary Las Brisas, a Southern California landmark. The Inn at Laguna Beach, footsteps from room to village to sea, located in the heart of Laguna Beach. The Inn is within walking distance of all that Laguna Beach has to offer. No car required. The Inn at Laguna Beach, 211 North Coast Highway in Laguna Beach, California. Call 800-544-4479 or visit innatlagunabeach.com.
Hey there! Did you know that with a bachelor's degree, on average, you could make almost twice as much over a lifetime than a person with just a high school diploma? It's true. According to the 2012 U.S. Census Bureau, college grads with a bachelor's degree make almost twice as much as high school grads. Now, going back to school is easier than ever at Independence University. Log on and complete coursework from the park, or the beach, or even your couch watching the kids. And Independence University gives you the tools, a free tablet and laptop for undergrad students to use and keep when they graduate. That's right, get a laptop so you can go to college from anywhere. Take the first step to a new career in business, information technology, healthcare, or graphic arts. Call to find the online degree program that's right for you, and you could be on your way to increasing your earning potential.
800-989-1361. 800-989-1361. That's 800-989-1361.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was a location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal, marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for two. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the lounge. Pull up a seat. Buy your girl a drink. Your guy a drink if you're a girl. You
do a little shuffle.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, do the jig, do the slide. Cool. The Temptations, Michael Jackson, and Mary J. Blige rule first ever when it comes to the all-time R&B hip-hop rankings. Have you heard about this? Mary J. Blige is a shoe-in, I'm sure. Michael Jackson, of course.
Definitely.
The Temptations, oh, that's really great. Temptations, of course, a family, kind of a family organization and name when it comes to household name, I mean to say. For the first time, Billboard has compiled extensive all-time chart recaps of R&B and hip-hop music, ranking the genre's top artists songs and albums over the past 6 decades. This is something that would be very difficult in previous decades, but now with the advent of data entry and computers that can compile all this stuff, the Temptations are the top all-time artist, if you can imagine that, thanks to the soul group's success since the 60s, with the ensemble having tallied a record 16 number one hits. They were not a one-hit wonder. That's for sure.
Not at all.
In the top R&B and hip-hop albums chart, which began in 1965. And the hip-hop, well, I guess the R&B albums chart started in 65. Somehow they tacked in hip-hop with that as well. 14 leaders on the hip-hop R&B songs chart, which dates back to 58. The Temptations, Ain't Too Proud to Beg. 8 weeks at number one in 66. The act scored 43 top 10s, including in each decade from the 60s through the 90s. If you could imagine, all the way through the 90s. Wow. Aretha Franklin, number 2 artist and the top female artist, followed by Stevie Wonder, top male artist, at number 3. With the two icons sharing the record for the most leaders, 20 each on hot R&B and hip-hop songs. James Brown, number 4, a well-deserved number 4. And Michael Jackson, number 5, if you can imagine. James Brown trumps, no pun intended, Michael Jackson. And they round out the artist top 5. Very good stuff. Among primarily rap artists, Drake sports the highest rank at number 19, followed by Jay-Z. I cannot believe Drake beat out Jay-Z. I'm not a fan of either of them, but I think when it comes to talent and abilities, I think Jay-Z definitely has a greater ability. But Drake does sell a lot of records. What can you do?
Well, Jay-Z now is doing more than just singing.
No, he hasn't done it for a while now. Yeah, he's like producer now, producer extraordinaire. Yeah, I think he actually does have another album coming out though, coming up soon. He's one of those guys that he could take a break for 10 years and come out with a new album, and it'll be a number one seller.
Yeah, because he has his very talented.
Yeah. He's like Tupac. Wife. Yeah. Oh, that too. I'm sure Beyonce will do a cameo, but he's kind of like Tupac in the sense that some of his songs were so impactful when it came to the hip hop community that I remember the first song I heard from Jay-Z was "Hard Knock Life." That was the first Jay-Z song. It's a hard knock life, and that was like the first time I heard Jay-Z. And I kind of thought it was a little cheesy that he took the sample and but he turned it into a fortune, man. He really did something good for himself, and he's got probably the most beautiful wife probably on this side of the world. So next to mine, mine's the most beautiful.
Okay,
Beyonce's second.
All right.
I got to say that.
If you say so.
In case she's listening. Blink-182's guitar player honored for UFO research. Tom DeLonge's post-Blink-182's life has been consumed with little green men and UFO research. He received the OpenMinds.TV 2017 UFO Researcher of the Year Award. Yeah! Tom DeLonge, I always knew he was a little strange. Didn't know how strange he really was. Both DeLonge and OpenMinds.TV noted that the WikiLeaks dump last year that included emails from DeLonge to Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, John Podesta, on the subject of UFOs was a major point of validation for the rocker.
Wow.
Podesta has been a longtime proponent of declassifying government files on the subject, and DeLonge's emails spoke frankly, naming other high-level government officials that are trying to cover up the little green men. Last year, he launched a campaign called Secret Machines, which will next week release the first book in a series detailing his research.
Amazing.
Yeah, great stuff. Well, T, any final words of wisdom for our fans and friends out there?
Well, have a great, safe weekend, and be sure to check us out on crntalk.com.
Which was most important because that was your theme.
Are you tired of hearing your favorite talk radio show sound like this? What if you could hear your favorite shows in crystal clear, high-definition digital sound? Well, with CRN Digital Talk Radio's 6 channels of high-definition radio, you can now hear all of your favorite hosts like you've never heard them before in CRN HD. The difference is amazing. Catch your favorite political hosts like Dennis Prager, Tom Hartman, Barry Farber, and so many more. Entertainment and lifestyle programming like The Robert Conrad Show, The What's Cooking Show, and The What's Cooking on Wine Show, all in true CRN HD audio. Sports, business, travel, food, wine, politics, there is something for everyone, and it's all available in CRN High Definition Sound. Log on to www.crntalk for listings and information on all your favorite shows. That's www.crntalk.com.
The radio channels. The radio channels. CRN.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters. President Trump is hitting back at Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi, who wants Attorney General Jeff Sessions to resign for his meetings with a Russian official.
During a Friday morning interview, Pelosi said she had never met with the envoy, but a photo has emerged from a 2010 meeting that she had with Russia's president and other officials, including Ambassador Sergei Kislyak. President Trump took to Twitter calling for an investigation of Pelosi for her close ties to Russia and lying about it.
White House correspondent Greg Clugston reporting. Meanwhile, the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee is rejecting Democrats' request to have Attorney General Jeff Sessions testify and explain his contacts with the Russian ambassador. Senator